Welcome back to WristFind. Today we're going to be unboxing and taking a first look at the white edition of the Casio F91W. Now, almost everyone knows about the black edition of the F91W. It's one of the most popular watches in the world, but not as many people know that there are other color variations out there, including this white F91W. So let's get this unboxed and take a first look at the watch. Same old Casio packaging that we're used to with the angled cardboard top that we're going to take off. And there we can see our first look at the watch under the plastic. I'm not going to spend too much time in this video talking about the specs and the details about this watch, since most people are pretty familiar with those and there's tons of videos out there, including some of my own. The long story short is that this white model is exactly identical to any other F91W in terms of internal details or specs, with the one obvious difference of the resin case and strap color. So with that being said, let's pull off the plastic and get a first good look at this watch. We got one extra film to remove. So obviously a very familiar feel and look if you are at all familiar with the F91W series. But the first major difference that I noticed, besides the obvious color change, is the lack of extra colors on the watch face. The classic matte black F91W is definitely a lot more colorful on its face. There's a lot more saturation and colors involved with this model. We have the blue trim around the entire perimeter. We have the yellow lettering of the F91W at the top, and then some splashes of red and blue throughout the entire face. Whereas the white model is pretty much just flat white with some gray lettering. There's also actually less text on the white model than there is on the black model, which actually isn't something I noticed in the pictures before buying this. On both models, we have this WR at the bottom for water resistant, but then on the black model, it also spells this out in text at the bottom saying water resist. Whereas on the white model, we don't have any extra text at the bottom. On the black model, the mode, light, and alarm text reads horizontally, whereas on the white model, we still have that text, but it reads vertically. Outside of this, the cases are the same, the buttons are the same, the bands are the same, with obviously the only difference being the color of the resin used. But I gotta say, I do really like the clean look of the white F91W. It still holds on to the same vintage, old school look, but it's just a little bit less busy and more refined, which honestly, that is part of the charm of the classic black F91W. I do really like the extra pops of color and saturation on the classic model, but there is something very nice and clean about this white version. It's a little bit more subdued, but it has a really nice, clean, sporty look to it. By the way, if you're looking to pick up this white model for yourself, I'll leave an Amazon link down below to the exact listing that I got mine from. To be honest, I don't find myself wearing the black model of the F91W all that often, and I really don't have a great explanation as to why, except for the fact that I don't usually prefer these sort of rubber straps. But there's something about this white model that is a lot more appealing to me when I see it in person. It really just has such a cool, simple look to it, and I think I like the fact that it's not as busy or distracting as the black version. It was a few extra dollars above the classic black F91W, but honestly, I think it's well worth it. So let me know down in the comments what you think. Is this a watch you would buy? Do you have a strong preference for the black version versus the white version? Are there any other colors of the F91W that I should get? Or are there any other watches or brands that you want me to review on the channel? If you want to see my full unboxing and first look at the black edition of the F91W, click this video up here. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, happy watch collecting, and I'll see you in the next video.